I've had my condition since 8th grade. My condition has some blanket terms, which is a general description of what it is. It's a category per se, but I don't have a specific name for it at the time being. And that's because I meet a lot of the symptoms of multiple things, and so they can't really diagnose one specific. So my blanket term at the widest level is dysautonomia, which is a condition where your blood pressure and heart rate just don't cooperate with how they should be doing. And then slightly more specific would be pediatric neurocardiogenic vasovagal syncope, which is basically saying, so you have two parts of your nervous system, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. And your sympathetic is your fight, flight, or freeze, and your parasympathetic is what calms you down. And so my fight, flight, or freeze, just like anyone else's, is activated all the time. Anytime your heart rate elevates, that's what it is. And then it's my parasympathetic nervous system that is the issue, because anytime my heart rate elevates, someone else's, when it would happen, would calm it down just a bit. And mine, it's like, I got you, boo, and it just turns it way too low, and so I pass out. There's waves. So at the end of my sophomore year last year, it was definitely getting worse. I had 10% attendance. I went to each class about once a week. So that was not great. And at the worst of the worst, I've been passing out 3 or 4 times a day. But then there's times where it's better. This year I've been on all sorts of new treatments, and I still pass out every day, but I don't feel awful. My condition affects my everyday life a whole lot. So there's just the basic of me passing out with zero warning. I never know when it's going to happen. I know situations, but not the moment that it's going to happen. And so that just, it's a blockade in my life, because I can never know if I can commit to something. If someone says, like, do you want to go do such and such? Like, I can say yes, but then an hour beforehand I could pass out and need to get stitches. So that's rough. And then just the side effects of both the condition and the medications I take for it. I love to bake. I'm home a lot because of this condition, and one of the ways that I deal with that and pass the time is baking. And it's funny, I chose something that involves knives and heat and everything that are triggers for me passing out or are dangerous. But as long as I'm careful, it works out. I've just got to be mindful of where I'm at, what I'm using, how I'm going about it. I would say yes, it affects my relationships with other people. Some people are really drawn, like they find it fascinating, and other people are kind of like, that's a big commitment, because if I'm invited somewhere one-on-one, like, they have to know that they could have to call an ambulance while they're out, and that's just stressful for some people. But I have lots of healthy relationships and friends, and I have a very good support group.